Hello, we're in Washington, or was it New Washington?
I think it was New Washington. 8 miles that way to Bethlehem. We're traveling east on Highway 62. Welcome everyone, Trinity Up Church Turkey Supper.
New Washington Middle and High School. It's a Baptist church. Was it you that likes to identify the type of buildings churches are?
Yes, yeah. The older ones, I can make some pretty good guesses from the architecture as to what denomination they are.
You're pretty cool to drive with, you know. You're okay person.
Thanks.
Okay, yeah, wow. You're funny, you're interesting.
The last Jehovah's Witness church I passed, I've noticed for a long time that Jehovah's Witness churches don't have any windows.
Right.
But the last one had imitation windows. Like, it looked like a fancy window frame, but it was all bricked in. And I wondered if you had any idea why they don't have windows.
I don't know, but let me
Figure what I would infer if I
Okay.
were to think about it
Okay.
is that not being part of the world, in the world but not of it, and so maybe not looking at the world.
Okay, that's close to my inference, which was they don't want people being distracted, looking outside at God's beauty. They want to have the focus inside on the messages that they're giving.
I know the the Masonic lodges, I guess they're called. Those have no windows either. Our temples do. Our temples have
some beautiful big windows. Usually they're stained glass and let light through. Whereas, you couldn't really see through them. But a chapel would just be regular windows. I noticed that in Georgia, my mother's got single pane windows. They're beautiful windows. I've always admired how beautiful they were, and I wanted windows just like that. But no wonder my mother talks about how cold it is in the winters, because she's got single pane windows, so the cold air comes right through, and she has to have curtains that have got the rubber backing, which have to be closed over the windows to keep the cold air out.
And that can make you feel so depressed.
Yeah. So at home, I went to buy foam insulation. Like the stiff foam boards.
For your mom's place?
Insulation, for doing the air conditioners. I had a plan.
Oh, yeah.
And they don't sell 2-inch thick boards of insulation like we put around the base of the house.
Yeah.
Or under the floors. You fill up in the joists if you've got a floor that's on the ground, or up under to keep the cold out. They don't do that.
They live optimistically. They figure, I live in Georgia. Georgia is warm, therefore I don't need insulation.
And yet if they insulated, it would keep the heat out as well as keep the cold out.
Yeah.
And these single pane windows they let the heat and cold right through. Anyway, I just think that it's smart to have it insulated. The walls are not insulated either. Which also lets the heat in and lets the cold in. And that's my story.
Now we are no longer in New Washington. We are now at the intersection to Paynesville,
Where it's, look at this little place, Reed's Orchard. Now let's see. Nice little building, but I don't see any orchard.
No. Unless it's strawberries.
They would
See, that fields are really, really flat right now.
Yeah, but an orchard refers not to strawberries. That would be a field of berries.
orchard refers
Orchard
to
isn't necessarily
trees.
just trees, although we usually think of
always
orchards.
trees. Berries would be like it would be a produce stand, fruit and vegetable stand, if it was berries. You disagree?
I
You may-
disagree. I feel
you
that
may disagree.
orchards is for
That's
fruits.
allowed.
Any
But I'm right
fruits.
anyway. But we'll let her have her own assumption. Then you can look it up and you can know exactly. You can verify that I'm right.
So you've never heard of strawberry orchards?
Never. An orchard
only
is
strawberry,
a tree.
only strawberry fields forever.
Strawberry patch. A berry patch.
Mm-hmm.
An apple orchard.
Yeah.
A peach orchard. Plum orchard. Grape
Pear
orchard. Pear tree orchard. But raspberry canes, a raspberry patch, and a strawberry patch, the berry patch. You wouldn't say if you were going to go out into the strawberries, I'll be out in the orchard.
I would if I was going to pick strawberries.
Really? That's you out in the orchard?
Yeah.
Well, in all the books I've read,
Of course I would
orchard
say
would
that it
always
was-
be considered trees.
Yeah. But of course I would say that I was going to the strawberry orchard.
Is this a Canadian thing? Is it like I've never seen anything about it. Look, there's the Chelsea General Store.
So we must be passing through Chelsea.
I guess so, because it usually isn't your name. It's usually the name of the town, isn't it? If it's going to be a town or a name.
Or maybe they specialize in Chelsea buttons at the Chelsea General Store.
There's an old fixer-upper. I like fixer-uppers.
I do too.
Somehow it
They're
makes
so
me
interesting.
feel part of it. It's a
Yeah.
hands-on experience.
Yeah.
Tactile learning.
Oh, beautiful thick pampas grass. Or as Katie would say, pampas grass. How would you say pampas grass?
Pompous.
Yeah. It must be a southernism then.
Could be. I am a southerner.
And I'm a northerner. And all
They
the time I
still
say
refer to people
Pampas.
from above the Dixie line. What is that called? The Mason-Dixon line?
Yeah.
People above the Mason-Dixon line are Yankees,
Yes.
and below are Southerners.
Ah.
They're not Confederates. They're Yankees and Southerners.
Yeah.
But I heard somebody say, well, there weren't any Yankees there. And, I grew up in New York, or New Jersey for a while, 7 years. And then I was in the South for the rest of the time, till I left home. And then I was called, when I was in the South, I was called a Yankee.
Yeah.
Yankee go home.
Yeah.
They didn't say Yankee go home to me, but I was a Yankee.
Mm-hmm.
And then I moved to Canada, where everybody is a Yankee from the United States. They're Yanks. And so I was called Yankee again. I've been a Yankee all my life, no matter where I've lived. I live in the South, I'm a Yankee. I live in Canada, I'm a Yankee. Now I'm a Canadian because I have my citizenship.
Great.
It's good to touch the green, green grass of home. Oh, give me a home. No, wait a minute. What's that old Kentucky home? How does that go? Da-da-da. Old Kentucky home. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm getting it mixed up with green grass as well.
Look at this ball at the end of the driveway. Oh, it's wheels. Were you with me when I saw there was a whole fence around a building that was made of wagon wheels?
I think so. Yeah. But I don't think we got a shot of it. It was.
I did film it, so maybe it
Did
was
you?
to
Oh.
yesterday and you weren't there.
Oh, yeah.
Now that's pampas grass.
Yeah.
Behind the fence.
Yeah.
But those clusters, I don't think are pampas grass. I think it may have the same name, but it's a different variety. The variety I know about is sort of they're individual stalks and they grow where it's damp.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas those ornamental grasses are in clumps.
Oh yes. So what I said.
Turn right on West State Road 56.